day 6. I think I got enough fingers. Day 6 to best school year ever. Now, this is my series of teachings and lives and conversations with students, parents, and educators because I want to help you make this your best school year ever. Listen, it's Saturday morning. I'm up 7:25. You know, I've committed to this. And if you're watching this by Facebook, what's going on this morning? Watching this by YouTube, or watching this by Instagram, hey, simply in the comments, like every single morning in the comments, go ahead and type, "This will be my best school year ever." Yes, type it in the comments. Let me know you're here. Let me know you can hear me. Go ahead and say it. Say, "This will be my best school year ever." Now, listen, today, I know many individuals have started virtual school, specifically a lot of parents. And in this morning session, I want to be able to answer your questions as well as give 3 things that I believe will help the household. 3 things that I believe will help the household with virtual school. And let me go ahead and say it. Welcome to the Kantis Simmons Show. Hey! Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's going on? Yes, Ashley Smith, welcome. This will be my best school yet. Yes, Ashley, this will be your best school year ever. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for showing up. You've been here about 3 of the 4 mornings, 3 of the 6 mornings. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Listen, if you guys are watching this, in the comments, let me know what's the status of your school district. Are you 100% in person and wearing your mask? Or are you, number 2, doing virtual school? Or number 3, are you doing a hybrid? Hybrid simply meaning you're going to virtual school as well as going in person. Or maybe you're watching this, you've already been enrolled in online school. As a matter of fact, let me throw another one in there, homeschool. Like the traditional homeschool setup, all right? So let me know there in the chat room. If you're doing virtual school, let me know. If you're doing in-person school, let me know. If you're doing a hybrid of both schools, let me know. And if you are doing, what I miss? I miss in-person? In-person, online, hybrid, virtual, let me know what you're doing there. Listen, every single morning we're jumping on to do this. And also want to give you another resource while I'm here because many people are always asking me, "Hey, Kantis, can you help me with my study skills or help my student with their study skills?" Well, I believe that your study skills will produce great study habits. And these habits will roll over to help you have your best school year ever. So, hey, I have an amazing program there. You can get it for free. It's my 7-day study skills challenge every single day, giving your students something that they can use to improve their study skills, therefore improving their habits so they can have their best school year ever. Good morning, on a mission, Bale. She says, good morning. Cool. Cool, great question, Miss Bale. Miss Bale, if you would, message me in my inbox. I know we've had the post office have been absolutely just interesting this year of the pandemic. I've sent books multiple times to people, and sometimes they get them. I even send tracking numbers. But I'll make sure, if your book hadn't been out on the last session, I'll make sure you get your book today. So do me a favor. I'm going to go back and check through the emails. And I see your name on a mission, Bale. If you can, right here, just put your real name if you can, first and last name, and just the city, not the address, just the first, last name, and city. And I will be doing that. All right. Thank you for showing up this morning. Ashley says, I am teaching in person. So Ashley Smith, here's the funny thing. I know your icon is, I guess, as a little boy. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, I'm seeing a little boy in my mind. And Ms. Smith, what are you teaching? What classes are you teaching? All right, what classes are you teaching? Okay, so let's jump right into it. Here are 3 things that I believe that if you are running a virtual school, parents, you can use this. Parents, you can pass this on, and you can apply this. I had a good friend of mine. She did virtual school for the very first week, and it seemed like it was very interesting. So much so that her husband sent her on a staycation. So after the first week of virtual school, sent her on a staycation. Good friends of mine. All right. So here are 3 things. Number 1, I believe to have a successful virtual school year, we got to implement a regimen and a routine with virtual school. All right. Somebody in the chat room, chat box there, type the word regimen and routine. Regimen and routine, right? So because we're not going into the actual school, there are some things that we have to do on purpose as if it was school, right? Remember, normally a child would get up, wake up in the morning, brush their teeth, prepare for school, maybe get on the bus, or you would drive them to school, right? So there was this transportation time that you've had with normal, traditional in-person school. Well, the same needs to be true where virtual school is concerned, right? What time are they getting up? What time are they traveling to the virtual school? All right. What time are they traveling to the virtual school? Right? Go ahead and implement that on purpose. What time is that? What's that routine? What's that regimen? Set that in stone. Then let's go ahead and highlight what times of day, the specific times of day that we're going to eat breakfast. Highlight that. Yes, breakfast, whatever breakfast looks like in your household, make sure your students or yourself, make sure you're nourished, right? Then, what time are we reporting to virtual school? What time has the school district or your teachers allocated for you to show up online? Go ahead and put that in the routine. All of the classes, put them on a chart somewhere so that everybody in the household knows what time to be online. Then incorporate lunch. Yes, incorporate lunch. Why? Because lunch was like one of the most favorite meals of the day in school. Plus you have the opportunity to hang out with your friends. And then we have the afternoon classes. And then a part of our regimen routine, what time do we stop? What time are the virtual classes over? So we need to go ahead and establish those as a part of our routine. And then I would also encourage you to incorporate break time and or reward time. Break time and or reward time. I talked about this in a previous live, right? The power of rewards. Like, I'm sure as an adult, you're not going to a job and not looking for a paycheck. Like, that's a paycheck, right? That's compensation for your time spent. Even with virtual school, I want you to incorporate rewards. For example, a student may be in one class for 30, 20, 50 minutes, whatever it may be, but incorporate some reward time. Reward time may be video games for 10 minutes. Reward time may be ice cream for 10 minutes. Reward may be calling their friends. Reward may be going outside. All right? Incorporate that. Now, if you can incorporate that through the daily schedule in between the virtual classes, then I think that's great. Right? Online virtually and then reward. Or incorporate some reward time after the end of the virtual school day. All right? So with this regimen as a household, go ahead and implement all the times in which we would do something. Now, here's a piece that we don't consider. With this regimen as a parent, can you implement your schedule within the virtual schedule of your students, right? You have to go to work. You have to prepare breakfast. Now, listen, parents, you are absolutely amazing. You are absolutely amazing in what you do. You are the superhero. I get it and I understand. But I want you to go ahead and plan those things that are paramount for your success, for the family and your job. What time must you report? What time do you have meetings? What time are you having those conversations? Okay, so number one, to have a successful school year as a virtual school, the household needs to put in place what's the regimen and what's the routine. All right, here's number two. Number two is resources. Resources. So a few months ago, and you guys can let me know here, I had the opportunity to survey many of my followers and mentees and people that are in my program. And just when the whole COVID situation hit a few months ago, hey, what's your biggest challenge? And many of them told me that their biggest challenge was around the internet and having computers and technology. Right? There are a lot of students and a lot of families who are having challenges with virtual school because of a lack of the internet or devices. So here's my suggestion to you. Number one, go to your school. If the school is supplying computers, laptops, tablets, or whatever, make sure you go get them. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because the school district has told me that students and parents are not picking up their devices. Yes, some school districts are even giving, maybe a Chromebook or a tablet or whatever it may be. Plus, they're giving the hotspot, right? Because they found that many students, some parents, some households, some neighborhoods don't have, guess what? They don't have Wi-Fi access. So if that's you, look into the school for resources. Make sure you have those things. All right. Also, talk to your family. Maybe your family has a computer or a laptop laying around that they're not using. Talk to your dear friends that may have some resources that they're not using. If you don't ask, if you don't speak up about your resources, then it'll just cause more tension for you in the household. Right? I even know some households where there's just one main computer there. And guess what? The parent has to get on the computer. Right? Maybe it's the mother and the father. They're both having to share the computer. I have some college students, some grad students of mine, doing their entire school year, guess what? On their mobile device. Or they are trying to sync their computer with their mobile device to get a hotspot. Right? If you're going to have your best year ever, especially with the virtual school at home, go ahead and take advantage of your resources. Make sure you have what you have. Make sure you have what you need. Talk to the school district. Talk to your family members. Talk to those that can get you the resources that you need. Speak up if you need those resources. All right. And also, too, if there's some other things that you need, let me know. Send me a message. Inbox me or email me at Kantis@KantisSimmons.com, especially if you've done everything that you can potentially do. And I can even talk to some of my connections that I have to make sure that you and your household, have some resources. All right. So if that is you, you have a special need, hey, email me at KantisSimmons.com. All right. Miss Ashley says, I teach 2 years. I teach 2 years old in the afternoon, and I, in the morning, teach 3 and 4s. Yes, Miss Ashley, I salute you. I salute you for serving other people. All right. So number one, to have a successful year, virtual school as a parent, go ahead and establish the routine, the regimen. And number two, make sure you have all of your resources in place. And number three, here's number three is a good one. I want you to evaluate your relationships. All right. Evaluate your relationships. Here's what I mean. Let's just keep it real, right? I know many situations where you have students who are doing virtual school at home, but their parent has to go back into the office. And so now as a parent, you're trying to figure out how you're going to be able to do work in person, but your child is home doing virtual school, right? Investigate your relationships, right? Your family, grandma, your aunts, your cousins, even other neighbors, even other friends. Are there friends? Are there neighbors? Are your relationships tight enough that you can depend on other people to step in for the family? We've all heard the great, I don't know, I guess you call it a proverb or great quote that simply says it takes an entire village to raise a child. What I believe it takes an entire village to raise a child. And so now, if we're doing virtual school and we have to um, switch some things up, we need to have healthy conversations with our close family members, with our close friends, and even our close neighbors. I understand that things are they're different. They're different, but I believe there's so much growth when we all have to change. All right. So have those conversations, have those relationships. If it's dealing with, getting your child to school, if it's dealing with hosting virtual school at another person's house, maybe you don't have internet, have the conversation. Can my child come over to your house and we host virtual school? Some of my church members, they've transformed their whole dining room into a new homeschool, right? They moved the dining room table without moving, they shifted things around, and now it is a virtual school, homeschool in the dining room. So what needs to be done? What relationships, what things do you need to do it takes a whole village to make this happen. So investigate your relationships. Have those conversations. Listen, we understand that as a parent, you have multiple things to do, right? But I believe that God Almighty has put people in place right around us to be a benefit to us. We are all connected, right? I'm here doing what I'm doing to help you so that you can do what you do. I'm here to support you. And as you do what you do, you're impacting your student. And as your student does what they do and tune into the virtual, now their teachers being able to impact them. Have the conversations with your teachers, with the counselors, with the people that need to have these conversations with, so you can have your best school year ever. All right, so there are the three things. Number one, yes, go ahead and establish a routine and a regimen for the entire family. Plan it out, talk about it, converse about it. Whatever the routine is, with virtual school, go ahead and communicate that routine. Number two is get access, right? Whatever resource you need, make sure you have your resources. Call the school, call the college, talk to other people. If you don't have Wi-Fi, listen, speak up. If you don't have access to some devices, speak up. If your school is giving devices and you haven't picked yours up, go pick it up. Go pick it up. Take advantage of your resources. And number three, your relationships. It takes an entire village to raise a child, to raise your student. So investigate your relationships. Have conversations with those that care about you and your family. Have conversations with those that may be doing the same thing that you're doing. How can we together partner on this to make this our best school year ever? All right. Listen, I'm Kantis Simmons. For all of those in the live, Miss Ashley, Miss Bell, those there on YouTube, I see you. Listen, thank you guys so much for jumping on with me every single morning. Now, listen, if this has been helpful for you, hey, be so kind to share it with another student, another parent, another educator. Also, if you want to get access and join my 7-day study skills challenge, simply go over to bestschoolyearever.com to get access to my free 7-day study skills challenge, where it's all designed to help your student do better with their study skills and their study habits. All right, I'm Kantis Simmons, and I'm absolutely blessed to be able to serve you. Remember this, only one game of life counts, and that's your A game. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.